You know this song?
I feel like you could DJ every youth dance in the area.
Yeah, sign me up.
Except at St. Pat's. Because yours aren't rated correctly.
I would be like, everyone put your hands in the air.
Yeah.
And
like,
separate.
Okay.
And separate. Too close. Too close.
There you go.
Yeah. This is a family show.
Actually, we are having a dance this month.
What?
Yeah.
It's St. Pat's?
Yeah.
For the parents?
No. Well, I'll be a parent that's dancing. Heck to the yep.
Oh, gosh. They picked you? Was it like the
no
kids?
No one has picked me yet, and I'm sure everyone's avoiding picking me, but I'm showing up. And I'm not leaving. Yeah, it's a Halloween dance.
Fun.
Yeah, they get to dress up.
Fun. I like that. Yeah. That'll be fun.
V's going to be a volleyball player. Weird. I know.
I like it. Well, that's easy, though. She hardly has to wear anything. Just little skinny shorts.
Yeah. Those 18-inch inseam spandex. Yeah, we're good. Mm-hmm.
What have you been doing?
Living the dream.
Yeah?
Life is so good right now.
It is.
Yeah. It's so
every
good.
day's a gift.
Every day is a gift.
Every day is a gift.
Yeah, it's super fun.
Yeah.
Life is good.
Who else is going to be like dressing up for Halloween for your kids?
Oh, silly.
Because just a little heads up, people. Halloween is like 2 weeks away by now. So if you have not ordered that on Amazon Prime or made it, if you're one of those parents.
Nope, I am not. Nope. Anything my mom has bought on sale, that's what they get to choose from.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So Celia's going to be a wind-up doll, and it has like a big wind-up thing in the back.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, it's cute. And Kenlyn, I don't remember what she's going to be. Something. And I don't know if Vivi's going to be the volleyball girl for the volleyball player for actual trick-or-treating or not.
Right.
Because we still do that.
Well, we're going to be gone, so I'll just... You can take my kids and Clay?
Got it. No, I'm not taking Clay. He can get his own candy. I'll take the kids.
Okay.
I'll have to go with them. And then usually people say, well, take one for your mom. And they'll think I'm the mom. So, yeah, because my girls don't share. So,
Letty's going to go Little Mermaid, Trip. He was with me at Walmart. He's like, Mom, can I like peek over? So he,
that's a bad idea.
He wanted to be a hunter.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, easy.
Yeah, you
don't have to buy
outfit.
anything. Yeah. We have an outfit from the Coble family.
Yes, you do.
And then he goes in, he sees this other camo outfit and it's a Navy SEAL. Oh. And he's like, this is it. This is the outfit,
I would
Mom.
agree. Yep.
So I get on Amazon. I'm looking for some. And he's like picking all these out that have like grenades and knives and guns. And he's like, that's the one. I'm like,
yeah.
You can't even take those little, the extra pieces, buddy.
It's true.
So like,
they'd be confiscated at the door of school.
Yeah. I don't think daycare would like that when you're walking around campus with that.
Exactly. Do you ever have moments where you completely forget something happened? Like someone will be like, remember when you told me that story about whatever? And then you're like, no, I don't.
I haven't reached that age where I forget things,
hurtful.
But
have I ever told you about a cat pooping in our Suburban?
The one you still own and drive?
Yeah.
No.
I guess it happened. I've literally blacked it out. I don't know if it smelled so bad that it knocked me out and then I just have memory lapse, but people are telling me the story today and I had a blank stare and I was like, this did not happen. And then I had to ask Celia and Jake and they're like, yeah, it happened. I don't remember it, but I've told everybody about it except
and
you,
it's
I
your
guess.
car?
Yeah. But we cleaned it out. Am I getting old? Is this going to start happening more often?
I think so.
Is it all the aspartame in my Coke Zero? I don't know what's happening.
So this is a suggestion I'm going to give you. I'm going to start doing this, but I've ordered a book. Okay. I don't like to journal, but if I ever have any funny moments like this, I'm going to start journaling and writing them down. Any good quotes?
Yeah.
I'll order you a book as well.
I'm going to write it down. And then if I tell people, I'll say, what page? Did I say what page that was on
so
in my book?
Back.
Yes. It's kind of scary.
Yikes.
Yeah. I love this weather. I know we said that last time too, but I just love the cooler weather.
Do you like just being in the tornado watch?
Well,
is that what you like?
I don't like that.
I'm just confused. Which, my girls, it's funny.
Yes.
Watch warning. What's the difference, right? You know,
there's some taco analogy.
The taco analogy, which we just got sent. So a watch is if you have all the taco condiments, you got the tomatoes, the sour cream, everything.
Watch.
The warning,
the
taco is made and ready to be ate.
Okay. So what are we in right now?
We are in the watch. So we have all the taco pieces.
Okay. So we're
but it's not
being
put together.
In our secret second floor location.
Yes.
Yeah. Got it.
This is a brick building. This is how I look at tornadoes.
Okay.
If the building I'm in has been there for a very long time, I have a good chance.
No. I don't believe. So you're going with like the wolf and the three little pigs kind of thing?
Yeah, like this building that we're in was made in the 50s. There's been probably a few tornadoes since then.
Okay.
This one's still here.
Here's me. If I'm not in a bunker about 80 feet underground, I don't want to hear the side. I don't want to know anything about it. Just let me know when it's all over. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I don't like storms. I'm sorry. Yeah. So if the siren goes, see ya, podcast isn't going to get finished today, or you're doing it solo. Yeah. Speaking of, first of all, our guest, people are starting to step it back up again. Because we know. Yeah. Not our last two poor college students, but this guy Venmo'd us money so that we could get drinks.
I know.
Let's go. He didn't give us a cupcake. I mean, he only got us money for drinks. So it's not like
we're still talking about the guy that brought us cupcakes.
Yes, that guy. That little guy. He's so memorable. So cute. He's a memorable guy.
Cute. Yeah, that was nice of this person to Venmo us.
I got you your signature Kobza with no whip because of your dietary issues. And I got myself an Americano with sugar-free mocha.
And I love that he Venmo'd us enough to get like a big size.
I know.
That was nice of him.
That's
he must be like making it big. What's he doing now?
Well, I don't know. He's going to tell us all about it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, did I ever meet this man when he lived here?
I don't know. Did you?
I don't know.
He made me a birthday cake one time.
What?
I know.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I mean, I think the age
he must have felt bad for you.
Probably. He's like,
I know Jake's not going to make her one, so I'll do it.
When you get that old, you probably don't even want someone to make you a birthday cake, but I'm going to do it anyways. That's probably what he was thinking. Yes. So before anything else we need to cover?
I don't know. We can talk after. Well, I feel like we haven't talked, so I feel like we should just talk on here.
We can keep talking because we have to call him.
Yeah, we do
have to be in a set. I said,
did you text him and be like, hey, we're ready?
Don't be in a dungeon.
Okay.
Don't be laying down in a tunnel somewhere. Okay. Yeah.
Is he ready?
Well, I don't know. We'll call and find out. But
do you want to introduce him before we go on?
I can. Yeah.
Okay. So who are we calling?
We are calling a McCook native, Joe Schlager.
Wait, he's from here?
Yeah.
He was born and raised?
Yes.
Interesting.
You didn't know that?
No, I thought he just worked at the Y.
No.
Didn't he work at the Y?
Yeah, he worked at the Y.
I thought he just moved here to work for the Y.
No, he moved back home. So he's related to Naomi and Luke Olson.
What?
Yeah.
How?
Somewhere in the family tree.
Okay.
Something like that.
So his name is what?
Joe Schlager.
Schlager. How do you spell that?
Schalger, I think. SC.
Like Jaeger, but
with a CHL? Something?
Probably
I don't know. Is it probably right there, isn't it?
I know. I just wanted to see if you knew.
Okay,
we'll call him.
Thank you, Jolt and Joe's, for these delicious drinks.
Oh, yeah. Go JJ's.
Yep.
Hello. Oh.
Go for Joe.
What was that?
For Joe.
Vote for Joe. Oh, yeah. That wasn't very clear. I'm just going to say it. No one could really understand that. Are you in a tunnel, Joe?
No, are you?
No. Oh, there, I can hear you better now. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What are we voting for? Are you running for something?
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
This is going to be awkward already.
No, not at all. Okay.
Joe, have we ever met in person?
I think so.
Okay. That does not sound very.
That does not very confident.
No, that's not. No.
Yeah. Okay.
Joe, okay. So you're going to have to give everybody background.
You better be ready to go for this, dude.
This is like fire zone. We're going. Yeah. Okay. I already just said you were talking to Joe Schlager. And do you spell your name Schlager?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm amazing.
That's so good. All right, Joe, I think you need a warm up, dude.
Yes, you do need a warm up.
Yeah. Okay. So you played a sport, right?
Yeah.
What sport was that? Foosball? Football.
Okay.
Oh. So we're going to give you 30 seconds, okay? Mm-hmm. And you need to come up with as many football lingo terms, whatever you guys use, in 30 seconds. Let's say 15. You need to come up with 15. You're young. You're not even 30 yet, right?
No.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Oh, he laughs.
Yeah. Right. So, yeah.
Anyways, 15 football word lingo. Mm-hmm. And if you don't, you have to Venmo Lena more money for more coffee.
Yes.
Okay?
Yep.
Okay.
Ready? Go.
Football, quarterback, running back, receiver, center, linebacker, corner, safety, pad.
That sounds made up.
Line of scrimmage.
Oh.
Safety. Yard line, sideline, end zone, pylon.
Oh my gosh, that's 15.
You guys actually doing good.
I know. No one does good.
Laces. Cleats, shoulder pads, helmet.
Oh my gosh. Stop showing off. Thank goodness there's the time.
Wow, that wasn't bad.
I was worried that you were going to be kind of a dud, but no.
Yeah, okay, he's ready.
He is
ready.
Yes. Joe, tell us, you got to tell the listeners, because we have listeners everywhere. I mean, I know you doubt.
Overseas.
Yes. So I said you were a McCook native, but tell us about, where you went to school, where you grew up, and then, where you went to college. Just start the timeline in elementary school. Okay. Or where you were born and raised. Go.
Yeah. So, born in Denver. We lived out in Conifer, Colorado for a couple of years and then moved back. My parents are from McCook and Culbertson. And then, obviously grew up in the McCook public school system. Graduated in 2016, went to the University of South Dakota, played football. Got injured my freshman year and then just kind of went another really 2 years and then didn't graduate, but finished my degree simultaneously when I was working for Colorado State out in Fort Collins, where my older brother played football for 5 years. And at the time, my younger brother was there, but right after fall camp, he transferred to Nebraska. But spent the fall there and then didn't really know what to do. The staff was let go. Worked for my brother's now wife at the Pepsi Center in Denver selling tickets until COVID started, and then didn't really have a job. Lived with my parents up in the mountains for about 2 months. Got the opportunity to come back, work at the YMCA. Did that for about 18 months. Wanted to go back to school. Kind of found out the opportunity in the field that I'm in now. Was at Midland University for 2 years, or about a year and a half, and now I've been at William Wood since July.
Okay, so what did you do when you went to Midland? You just went to go back to school, or were you?
No, so I was the graduate assistant for the women's flag football team there, and still like I finished my second to last master's class this week. My next one is an 8-week class starting next week, so still finishing that, but was coaching.
Okay, so is women's flag football, is that like a club sport or is that like an actual, I don't know, what do you say?
Yeah, so women's flag football is considered an emerging sport at the NAIA level. Originally started, it's going into its fourth year. Originally started with about 10 teams. Last year there was about 12. This year there'll be 20. And then William Woods University, which is where I'm at now, would be the 21st at the moment. So.
Oh, wow.
And you are the head coach. I feel like you failed to mention that.
Yeah. Yep. I'm the head coach here. Brand new startup program, but yeah, I can elaborate on that more.
Yeah. Well, how did that, so when you went there, the program, was it already, where was it in its process of initiation?
Yeah. So they announced the program in May. And in May, I really didn't know what I was going to do because it's a spring sport, and I started my degree in spring of 2021 or 2020, it'd be 2022. So, I graduated this fall, so I would have been working this fall and then kind of out of a position because they weren't going to hire me full time as an assistant. So didn't really know what I was going to do. And then they announced the program here in May. The athletic director, he was at Kansas Wesleyan prior, and they were one of the first teams to start a program and played against, and kind of knew of him. And so just reached out over Twitter to kind of inquire about the job, had a conversation that night, had an interview the next week, and was hired about a week after that. So,
oh my gosh,
it moved very quickly.
Twitter, yeah.
Okay, so taking it back a little bit, what got you into women's flag football? Were you like, yeah, I'm done coaching boys? Did you ever coach boys?
I coached boys, like actual boys at the YMCA.
Okay.
I coached when I was in the youth flag football league. I coached there, and it was kind of through that I found women's flag football. So I was looking up a rule interpretation, trying to tweak our rule book for the YMCA, and it popped up at Midland that there was a position for it. And I remember looking at it and kind of being intrigued, and was like, "That's a thing, Like, is this a club? Same question you had. Like, is this a club sport? And just the more I looked at it, the more it intrigued me, the more I was kind of interested in it, and just I called and got in contact with the head coach that was there at Midland University and talked to him about it, and just kind of decided, like, if there was a time I was going to go back and get a master's degree, that was the time. And it really just kind of worked out. I kind of learned to love it and kind of found a passion for it. So that's where I'm at now.
That's awesome. Where about in the world is Midland University? Like what state?
Midland's in Fremont, Nebraska. So about 20 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
West of Omaha.
Coops is laughing at me. I had no idea. But where are you now?
So William Woods University is Central Missouri. It's in a town called Fulton.
I knew that one
It's
too.
about
You did?
20, 30 minutes from Columbia, Missouri, on the interstate in the middle of part of the state. Or roughly about an hour from St. Louis or 2 hours from Kansas City.
Oh, okay. So when you say you have a passion for it, what is it that you're enjoying about coaching?
For me, it's really kind of, teaching something for a lot of people is not necessarily brand new, but at least what I'm implementing to them is brand new, and just kind of seeing kind of the glow in people's eyes and them being able to take something from a very beginning stage and being able to run with it and learn it so quickly. That's what I've enjoyed the most.
Most, like you said, this is a new thing that you're teaching women. One, most of these girls don't come in have already played flag football, right?
Most of them have.
Oh.
So there's a handful that haven't. So like when I was at Midland, in the 2 years I was there were probably 35 or 40 women in that program. And
what?
So did you just go to the weight room and were like, hey, why don't you come join the football team?
Yeah, we didn't really have too many cross sports, to say the least. There was one who was practically our only senior, and she was a basketball player originally at Midland. She was from Omaha, the only girl we really had from Nebraska, and she ended up really kind of being our best player. So she would be about the only one, though. Just about all the other ones had some kind of experience playing in high school.
Wait, I'm confused, though. Like, what do you mean playing in high school? Like, during PE?
Recess?
No, so...
What?
In the alley? I don't understand.
As far as flag football in the Midwest is obviously not like a state-sanctioned sport, and pretty much every state in the Midwest. The state of Florida, though, has been playing state-sanctioned girls flag football for over 20 years.
Well, look at that.
And then within the last 10 years, the state of Nevada, which is mostly the Vegas area, the state of Alaska, Georgia.
Alaska. I would definitely be playing.
York. So,
wait, where else? I'm sorry. Somebody interrupted you. Where else?
Georgia, New York, Arizona, California. And
wow.
It's kind of grown a lot of places. So like even this last week, I spent the whole week out in Denver because there's about 65 high schools all on the Front Range that are participating in a pilot league that's essentially put on by the NFL.
I feel like I'm living under a rock. Like, is this on ESPN or like?
I'm so confused. Like,
can I see this on NTV?
And I'm also thinking the route from did you drive to Denver?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not.
I was like, you didn't even stop to see your friends.
No, you didn't.
That was nice of you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No. So how many girls are on a team? And then
so we play.
Oh, go ahead.
We play 7, so 7 on 7. Everybody's eligible, and then really at Midland we had a team of about 25 or 30. So far, that's kind of been about as big as the teams have gotten. But again, only going into its 4th year. Some teams will probably approach 40. Our program, our roster goal here, our first year, so next fall, would be about 20. So.
Wow. And then, like, what are the positions? Is it similar to football, or how does it work?
Yeah, it's very similar, to football in a sense, with the exception to it's a non-contact sport, or it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
We don't physically block people. You're not supposed to really put hands on anybody.
I love all these. You're not supposed to.
Yeah,
it's not really, but
yeah. It happens on occasion. It's a very skill-based game. It's a very fast-moving game, and incidental contact obviously happens quite a bit. But the idea is to be very skill-based and not taking the physical aspect out of football or boys football, to say the least.
Okay. And then is the scoring similar?
Yeah. So for the most part. So touchdowns are still 6 points. We don't kick field goals or kickoffs. We do punt, but if you go for 1, you go from the 3-yard line on an extra point. If you want to go for 2, you go from the 10-yard line. And then what's kind of unique is if you can go for 3, but if you go for 3, you got to go from the 20-yard line.
Wow. This is mind-blowing. I feel like I've been living under a rock.
I need to watch it.
Oh, yeah. You'll have to send us some pictures.
Yeah, or I'll look something up on YouTube.
Yes,
for sure.
No, it's getting a lot bigger. So like I said, the NFL is really kind of the driving force behind it. They're the ones that really kind of funded the NAIA to start programs. They gave grants out to universities and colleges to start programs if they were interested initially. And then at the high school level, just about every NFL city now has a pilot league for girls' high schools in that city. So, the Broncos have done it. Chicago's gotten a lot bigger. Really just about anywhere there's an NFL team, there's a pilot league if it's not already state sanctioned. So Monday morning, they announced the IOC, the International Olympic Committee, announced that flag football is in consideration for the Olympics in LA.
So here's my question, though.
Before you ask your question,
fine,
is there an age gap on this? Like, do Cobes and I have a chance for the Olympics?
I have a bad back.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, get you up and.
Well, no, Cobes has a bad back, so never mind.
I'll cheerlead.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead,
coach. Okay, so here's my thing. Why is it flag football? Like, why isn't it not just contact? I mean.
Oh, yeah. Hey.
I mean, in today's world, let's be real. Like, the girls can do everything the boys can do, whatever.
I can
why are we not just doing it contact? Why are we doing flag football? Clearly, they want to play a man's sport, so why are we not playing it like a man's sport? Okay, this is just me being keyboard Karen on Facebook.
Yeah. Oh, he said football's a sport for everybody.
That's right.
Yeah.
Contact.
Unless you have breast implants.
No, there is contact women's football out there. I think flag football really kind of is more inclusive to more females specifically as compared to contact football, and even on the youth side, like youth flag football has grown tremendously really in the last 5 years, to the point that youth flag football is almost, and it probably is bigger than youth tackle football, and there's the concussion concern for a lot of parents for kids at, at a young age getting concussions. So that's one aspect of it. I appreciate really the non-contact portion.
Gosh, if you coached a contact sport with females,
oh God,
so.
Best of luck.
Yeah.
My girls run into each other and it's like
scratch fever.
Yeah. Oh my God. I'm like, get up. And they're like, oh.
Yeah, the Coble sisters would be good for women.
Yes, they would. Yeah, I know that middle one would be mean.
Oh, God.
Gosh, she would win awards.
Oh, jeez.
The Coble sisters.
He was taking pictures at the Y when Celia and Kenlin were on the same team. And like Celia yelled at Kenlin and Kenlin went and punched her in the back. Like, was like, don't you yell. You're not my coach. Don't you yell at me. Yeah, Cobles could do this. Yeah. How are you? So do you have funds for scholarships? Like, are these girls getting scholarships to come and play?
Yeah, it's a scholarship sport, and really kind of the benefit here at this school is they really operate our sport the same way they operate our other sports. So
wow,
when
that's
it comes
awesome.
To scholarship, I'm able to function the same way any of our other sports are functioning, which was really exciting to say the least, and really kind of enables me to build a team from nothing quicker than a lot of schools would probably be able to. So.
Not a boy.
So then when you're recruiting, like, are you going to other sports too to watch people? Like, are you going to soccer and seeing, girls that are fast? Or are you just going to flag football games? How does the recruiting process working for you?
Yeah.
Okay, you would go to soccer. That's how you would recruit players.
That's something
That's how I would
because
they're fast. It's not running. Yeah. Okay, keep going.
No, there's definitely girls who transition from other sports, into flag football, and a lot of girls who now kind of, they make their sport flag football. A lot of them come from soccer or softball or from basketball, and they kind of find a niche in a position or that the sport a little bit more.
Volleyball players are too delicate, or what?
No, for me, like I joke all the time. I go, if I could find a bunch of 6'3" or taller girls, like that would be great.
Yeah.
I think I would go. So what sports do you recruit from?
For me, it's primarily flag football. And then if they play other sports, like that's great. If you're a multi-sport athlete, all the better. But it really is from flag football for the most part.
Wow. I used to love watching, I love watching state bowling on TV. Mm-hmm. Now I want to find flag football on TV. I want to watch this. I'm really intrigued.
So since it's a merging sport, sorry, I have questions.
Oh, you go. Yes, I'm excited.
You don't have a national championship yet, right? Because it's still emerging.
So they've held a national tournament, which they've classified as a championship the past 3 years. Really, kind of the next step is it goes to invitational status once the sport hits 25 teams at the level. So really the expectation is next year, spring 2025, it'll be an invitational sport, which means not everybody, is invited to the postseason tournament. And then from there, once the sport reaches 40 teams, it becomes a fully sanctioned championship sport, and it'll operate like any other NAI sport would operate. And they still call them championships. Is it the same as a lot of other sports? No, but we do play a postseason championship, and they've done that in Atlanta the past 3 years.
Mm-hmm. So how many games when is the season? Is it a fall season just like football?
Spring. So,
okay.
Typically games will start like February, and last year we ran until like the middle of May.
Wow. Okay. How many games did you have in your season?
We played about 21 games or 22 games, I think, this last year, it's going to be something that increases too. So our regular season limit got up to 20 games this year. Okay. So you'll probably see somewhere between like 20 to 30 games, for some teams.
Jeez. And how many other coaches? Like, do you have an assistant coach or a strength coach, or do you share?
That's a great question. At the moment, it's me. I'm enabled to add a graduate assistant. At the moment, I don't have that person. So ideally, it's going to be an individual that's a senior this year that will probably end up helping me next year. That's played the sport, which would be a great tool and a great opportunity for an individual. And, as the rosters grow, at least here at William Woods, that's kind of how we add to our coaching staff. So the first year, the roster's 20, it's myself and a graduate assistant. If we hit about 30, we add a full-time assistant. And then once we hit like 35 or 40, we add a second graduate assistant. And that's kind of the program capacity, to say the least, for a roster.
Is the length of the field the same as a football field? So do you play on football fields that are available, or do all the schools that have flag football have college football teams?
No, great question. So most every school does have a football team. I think there's only one that doesn't, and it's called College, which is a girls only school here in Missouri. And then
have players
as far as the field, like we play on an 80-yard field, so we still play on the same football field. So it's 80 yards. The field's divided into 4 field sections of 20 yards. So there's no yardsticks,
Wait. Sorry. So wait. You play on a football field.
Correct.
Aren't football fields?
They're 100 yards. So we play 80 yards, but then the 10-yard line to the normal football goal line is our end zone.
Oh, okay. I was really confused there because I was like, I think it's 100.
Well, Culbertson's isn't the old one. So
it's been a while. I'm like, I don't know now.
Yeah, it would be really similar to like 8-man football as far as the field dimension.
Copes is just sitting here, just like taking it all in. My mind is completely blown. Like I just cannot. Wow.
She wants to play.
Well,
the Y should get a women's flag football league.
Oh dear Lord!
Shut up.
Yeah.
Well, you would be horrible if you don't. You'd have to have a competitive team.
No, You don't.
Yeah, it's
You
not
play
for fun.
Yeah, you play for fun, just
No.
to get out, stretch your legs.
That's ridiculous.
Oh. Do you get pretty fired up, Joe? Like at your games?
Oh, yeah.
Are you on the sidelines yelling and screaming, or? How does
I don't really typically classify myself as a screamer. That doesn't always blow over well with everybody, so.
Oh.
If I don't have to be, I'm not. But there's situations, where it's needed, or
Oh,
it's
yeah. I know.
warranted.
Yeah. I coach junior high volleyball. I know it is definitely needed. Yeah. They need to be yelled at. So, I am really blown away by all of this. I just can't. Would you have ever thought, did you ever?
No.
Yeah.
Because it's not in Nebraska. So.
No, Midland, which is in Nebraska. I just found out.
Well, I know that.
Oh.
Well, one, I'm confused more or less on the fact that this is a college sport, and two, you don't know where Midland is.
Well, I'm sorry. Okay.
Those are my questions for the day.
I knew where Italy was the other day. That's all that matters.
Mm-hmm. So, Joe, what's been something fun that's happened? Give me something funny. You're coaching females. Let's hear it.
That's true.
Has anybody ever asked for anything that you don't carry in your pockets, or have you ever split your pants while coaching?
No, I'll say this. I'll give a story. And it was my first week coaching at Midland, spring 2022. And it was cold, and it was kind of still during COVID. So, second morning of practice, it had snowed, and I drove up from Lincoln and made practice, but our head coach wasn't able to make practice and asked if I could run practice by myself.
In the snow outside?
Oh,
No, we were inside, but
okay.
Okay.
it was my second day, my second day, and I'm like, sure, I can run practice. And we were doing a flag pulling drill, and we had a girl slip on a cone, and she hit the ground pretty hard, and I just kind of looked at her and helped her up, and I go, "Are you okay?" And she looked at me and she said, "I'm no B." I said,
Oh,
"Okay,
yeah.
This is pretty serious then."
Yeah. I'm ready to go.
So,
yeah.
but yeah, there's been plenty of fun stories, but that was the first one, and that's when I really I understood the competitiveness of it and the seriousness of it, that they took it, and it wasn't like it was just for fun for them. They were very passionate about it, and that's what they wanted to do. And that was their sport, and they loved it, and they wanted to work at it. And that was really kind of what made me continue to enjoy it, has made me want to coach it,
That's
to
awesome.
the degree I am now.
That's cool.
That's so cool. I love
awesome.
that.
And how you came about finding it was pretty cool too.
No kidding.
So I've been creeping you on Facebook. You're adorable. Absolutely adorable. How many girls on your team could beat you up?
Oh.
How many could beat me up?
Yeah, do
at
you feel-
Midland, there could probably be a few at times.
Okay.
At
Yeah.
Midland. Currently, it's just me, so hopefully nobody's going to beat me up,
I'm just trying to be funny here.
I think Celia on a good day could take him if she wanted to. So,
okay.
Well, I mean, Joe's scrappy. He can, yeah.
He looks like the same size as our one little friend.
Oh, hey,
Is he?
Were you ever around when Coach Umscheid was here? Umscheid.
Yes.
Yeah. So was he one of your football coaches?
So yeah, Coach Umscheid was one of my coaches, and he was a guy that before he was married, he would come over to our house and we'd watch UFC fights together.
Of course you would. Oh, God.
My dad and him coached together.
Oh,
Okay.
So,
there was a guy I knew
he-
that wasn't married, or, he used to come out to our house a lot and hang out and watch, Disney movies and make me birthday cake and stuff like that. Yeah. I know a guy like that.
Yeah.
Who were some of the coaches that you had did you always think you would be a coach, Joe?
I always thought I would be a football coach. I didn't ever, until, I started doing it, I didn't ever think I would be a women's football coach.
Well, sure.
To say the least.
Yeah. Who are some of the coaches you had that influenced you that you learned a lot from?
Oh man, I don't even know where to start. I mean, there's really just about any and every coach I've ever had, has made an impact on my life. And that's what made me passionate about sports and really made me want to be in athletics, get in athletics, stay in athletics. And,
That's awesome. Yeah.
That's really those are the people that have forged, lifelong lessons and values in me. And, it starts from an early level at, playing flag football at the YMCA. And that's really kind of why I took the job to come back to the YMCA to kind of do the same thing. You've interviewed a handful of them. Like I had Coach Holtis. I watched Coach Conroy play when he was in high school. Coach Gross, obviously, is a very close family friend of ours. My dad coached us. Coach Gum was very instrumental. Coach Lyons. I mean, the list goes on and on, really, with really good coaches. And a lot of them, when I was in high school, a lot of them were former players that at some point I watched play, and that was really kind of cool to me. So,
what all sports did you participate in high school?
In high school, I played football, obviously, all 4 years. I ran track pretty much all 4 years. My senior year, I pulled or tore my hamstring, so I really didn't run very much track my senior year.
Mm-hmm.
And then I played basketball through my freshman year.
And then what? Football, wrestling?
That was it.
You just winter off?
In junior high, Coach Umscheid pretty much had me talked into wrestling, and it would have been a sport I think I could have been okay at, and I had plenty of friends that were pretty decent wrestlers, and I was really interested in it and went to the meeting and everything. But when I was growing up and through junior high, I was also a manager for the football team, and we were kind of in playoff football. So at the time, I thought that was my priority, was to go to football practices.
As the water boy, or as the
my water boy, ball boy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got it.
So who was who'd you go to school with in McCook? Could you just name some people? I need to know your age.
Yeah. So people that still live in the area would be Mason Sis.
Okay.
In my class, some of my friends were Brett Bomba, Logan Bunger, Dustin Bradvick was another kid in my class. Mm-hmm. Caleb Sheets was our quarterback. Luke Curl, Susie's son.
Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Those are some of the
kids.
people.
They're not bad. Okay.
Wow, I didn't know any of this.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm learning a lot.
Yeah.
So when you talked about your injury in college, what happened when you got injured? What did you do? Break a nail or what?
I wish.
Okay.
So in my family, at least, injuries in athletics, or really just even outside of athletics, are very common, with exception to myself. I never had a stitch until I got to college,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So the spring of my freshman year, we were in spring practice, and we were doing a kickoff return drill, and I was on the kickoff return side, and had dropped back to make a block, and a player on the other side kind of came, and he was supposed to come directly at me and engage and then rip off ball side. And essentially I got thrown off balance, and I landed on one leg and fully dislocated my left knee.
Oh. So did you have to have a surgery? What?
Or did you just pop it back in and let's go, kid?
There you go. Yeah.
That's what would happen if you were at volleyball practice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right. Very, and I'm not a very out of place body person. I don't like things where they're not supposed to be. And, when my fib tibia popped up over my femur, that was a very out of body experience, and obviously very painful. And when it happened, I remember the trainer, he was the first one to me, and I was obviously freaking out, and he goes, "You got to calm down. You're scaring everybody." And I go, "Yeah, I'm pretty scared myself."
I think that would be the hardest part as a trainer, to come up and be like, "Ooh,
yikes.
Yeah,
That's good, dude. Look right.
Yeah. Yikes."
No, I know. And the trainer, I tell the trainer, I go, "I think my leg's broken." And he goes, "I think it's a little more than broken." And I'm like, what is that even supposed to mean?
That's not comforting.
That just kind of makes my joints hurt.
Yeah.
They go, "Do you think you could stand up and get in my van?" And I go, no, I don't think I can do that.
No. I roll an ankle and somebody's carrying me off. So,
oh gosh.
Yeah. They called an ambulance, and the ambulance took about 30 minutes. And a police officer came after about 10 minutes, and he goes, well, what's wrong? And the trainer's like, well, he has a dislocated knee, and he needs to go to the hospital now. You know, and they're like, oh, well, they sent me to verify that an ambulance was needed, you know. So it's a kind of injury that I didn't learn until later, but it's something you don't put your knee back in place. Like, there's a really high chance of either losing your leg or bleeding out and dying.
What?
So somebody should have just stepped on it right then, or what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
So they didn't do it. I mean, they took me to the hospital, you know, in Vermilion, and I was there, and then they just had kind of told me, like, I went through x-rays with it out of place and everything. So I have the x-ray of it. And
we might need a copy of that.
Or not.
Yeah.
No, might as
send it
well.
over, but
Oh my gosh.
It's a bad deal, to say the least. And I guess they put it back in place after I had passed out and woke up and it was straight, but then they had to flight to life me to Sioux Falls for more tests. And at the time, I didn't think it was that serious, you know, but I guess it was a pretty serious deal because it's fairly common with an injury like that to rupture the artery that runs through your leg. And so fortunately, that didn't happen because that's like a 20 or 30 surgery, you know, process of recovery. And there's usually, you know, like a 75% chance of losing your leg if you rupture your artery. And
so why did they end up life flighting you? Like,
They had no idea if I had ruptured my artery. They didn't have the correct machinery to test that in Vermilion, so they had to get me to Sioux Falls.
Oh my God. And so Flight for Life didn't make you think, hey, this might be serious. I mean, just the name of it alone.
Initially, they didn't tell me it was Flight for Life. They just told me they're going to fly me into Sioux Falls for more tests. And I was obviously pretty drugged up at the time, and I thought that sounded kind of fun. And, you know, asked them if I could fly the helicopter and those kinds of things.
Of course you did.
oh my gosh.
Of course you
Horrible.
But I remember after all the tests, you know, they told me in the hospital, they're like, yeah, so kind of good news. They're like, good news is you don't have to have surgery tonight. You know, and like I said, I never had a stitch or anything like that. Never broke a bone. And so I was kind of pretty excited about that, but didn't really realize the extent of the injury until, you know, months after that.
Oh my gosh.
Eek.
Yeah, no kidding.
Eek. That's all I can say.
Yeah. Joe, what are some things that you really like? Obviously, you grew up in McCook and then you moved away for a little while. But when you came back, what were some things you really loved about living in this area, or what that you loved about McCook?
The people first and foremost, honestly. I mean, that played a really big part, and it's always a really hard time, you know, leaving the community and the people. You know, I have a lot of friends that still live there. I have a lot of family that still live there. So that's really kind of the biggest thing. Other than that, you know, it's just some of the memories of growing up there and being around there. So,
yeah. Well, towards the end, Joe, I don't know. Have you listened to any of our podcasts? Okay, that
more
just
than
got
a few,
really. Oh, okay. What a few, or more than a few?
More than a few.
Oh, okay, good.
Okay, well, that's good.
So you know the
I
questions.
would say I've listened probably 50% or more.
Oh, and
thanks.
bought us coffee.
Yeah.
You could
Oh,
be
my
one of our
goodness.
top 5 favorite guests.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, sometimes we have more than one guest at a time, so you could be down like the top.
So let's just to test it. What's one of the first questions that we ask?
Yeah, at the end of the podcast.
What's one of them normally?
Yeah. Like there's
The type of caffeine people drink. I know that.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yes,
All
okay.
right.
All
So
right.
what's yours?
yes, what's your caffeine of choice?
For me, I don't really drink coffee whatsoever. So if I drink caffeine, it's either on occasion like a Red Bull or a Monster, typically.
Okay.
Oh my, you know, it's Red Bull and Monster. So the other day I stopped at a gas station before a game because I needed it. And I wanted an Alani because most places carry those, but they didn't have any. And I was like, I don't know what to do. I'm going to have to get a Monster or Red Bull. And my players were so afraid of my heart.
Oh, that was nice.
They were like, do not do that. Like, we can't have you go down.
Yeah.
If you take one of those drinks, those are just way too much.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Through high school, I never drank a Red Bull or anything like that. But then I would see my dad before games, you know, when he's coaching, pull like a Monster or a Red Bull out of the ice cooler.
Your dad. Yeah.
Yeah.
My girls were like, have you ever even had a Red Bull Cobes? And I was like, yeah, like with things you're not, nothing.
Yeah, never
No.
mind. Anyway, yep. What are you currently watching or reading anything?
There's a lot of different things I'll read on occasion, so nothing specifically. The show I'm kind of watching again right now is Yellowstone.
Again. Okay.
So good. Kobza doesn't have.
Well, when I first started watching it, it was kind of a thing. You know, my roommate when I lived in McCook was Logan Kiker, and he watched a lot of Yellowstone, and I would just kind of jump in on occasion and never fully understood what was going on. So now I'm kind of going back and getting all the scoop on it.
There you go. That is a good one.
Are you single, Joe? Sorry.
Good question.
Am I now? Yeah.
Now.
Okay.
Okay.
I was going to say, we could get you on Love is Blind. You ever watch that show on Netflix?
Gosh, it's the worst show ever.
So good.
Calls.
One of my brother's best friends was on an MTV dating show.
What? Oh my gosh.
Oh, God.
That could be you.
And
Yeah, sounds
I
terrible.
don't know about that.
Well, I think Joe and like maybe Vivi have about the same age difference as me and Jake. So, you know, we could always hold out for that. Okay, maybe not. It's probably bigger gap. Anyways.
Now that I think of it like that, I don't.
Yeah, I know. It's scary,
It
right?
is. That would, like, you'd be okay. You would be
10
okay.
years from now, yeah, it's different.
Wait,
Joe, how old are you?
Oh man, you're gonna ask me that.
Okay, no, you don't have to tell us. You can
No,
just
no,
text
no,
me.
you can tell us.
Okay, yeah, you can tell us. 25. Are you 25?
I'm 25. I'm 26 in less than a month.
Oh my gosh, look how good we are,
We
Kobza.
are so good.
We're
Oh
so
my
good.
gosh.
Okay, yeah, you're too old for Vivi. Never mind.
You're
That's
adorable.
off the table.
That's so cute
Yeah.
how young you are.
Yeah.
I don't. That's kind of the thing, and I coach people who are within 10 years of me. So
Oh, yeah.
dating right now at the moment is not something I'm really focused on.
Understandable. Yeah. That's all right.
Make time for it though.
Yeah.
You
It's
don't-
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to take care of you like when you're old. Well, because I'll be too old. I'll be dead when you're old.
I'm hoping, I find a Lena type, a cougar.
Oh my gosh. Well, you didn't have to say that.
Sorry, what did he say?
Cougar type. Cougar. A Lena type of cougar is what he said. Yeah. You mean someone that will take care of you like I take care of Jake. That's what you meant to say,
Yeah,
Joe.
correct.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
adorable.
That is the sweetest thing.
That's
okay,
so
he has
nice.
3 golden eggs. Venmoed us money.
He made you a birthday cake.
Well, made so
He
4
called
golden-
you a cougar.
Called me. He has listened to more than 50% of our
I think
podcasts.
Jake has some
Yeah, Jake,
competition.
You're about ready to get buried in the backyard, and Joe's moving.
Joe's
out.
moving in.
Yep, it's happening. It's happening. Okay, and another thing we always talk about, Joe, at the end of our podcast, because we're thankful people. Mm-hmm. We have grateful hearts. Boom, boom, boom. You hear them? That's our hearts beating.
Yep.
Who is somebody in this moment you are thankful for?
God, there's a lot, but I'll say my grandma because it was her birthday yesterday.
Oh, tell me something about your grandma.
Well, I know one thing. If the world was like my grandma, there'd probably be world peace.
Oh, that's so sweet.
She's about
So
the
sweet.
sweetest thing you could find. So,
What's her name? Like just her first name. What's her first name?
Donna.
Grandma Donna.
Yeah.
Oh,
I love that. It's
How-
not Donna
how-
downstairs, is it?
Oh, Donna from St. Ernst. No, oh my gosh. How does she?
No.
Her birthday was
My grandma-
yesterday.
Yeah. Yep.
And how old is she?
She's 86.
Nice. 86. And she lives here in McCook?
Yeah, she lives north of the fairgrounds in the what do they call that? The countryside estates or whatever it is.
Oh, okay. Oh, very nice.
So,
Oh, that's awesome.
What about you?
Who am I thankful for? Well, Vivi says I've never said her. She told me that this morning.
Oh,
There you go.
I know. I am thankful for Vivi because she challenges me. She calls me in my moment if I'm having,
I like it.
yeah. So I'm thankful for Vivi. And she just had a birthday. Wait, did you say yesterday?
Yes.
Was your grandma's birthday? Vivi's birthday was the 10th.
Yeah.
So,
I like
there
it.
you go.
I'm going to say Angel Sharman, the head volleyball coach from Casper, just because she's a cool cat.
That's nice.
I hope I'm as cool as she is when I'm that age coaching. She's young, mind you.
Yeah,
but
exact. Good save.
Yeah.
Good save.
She's cool. I like her. I just want to coach with her one day. Like, can we just coach together?
Oh,
do you ever like see people and you're like, I want to coach with them. I just want to like step into their coaching life and see what it's like.
yeah, I do actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's fun. Mm-hmm. Just be a fly on the wall. Sometimes I'm
Yeah.
not doing the coaching part.
That
Just
too.
Be, yeah.
Because that would be
just
nice.
Be like, hang out with them, hear what they
Yeah.
say.
Be an assistant. That's what I want to be.
What are some things you say, Joe, like repeatedly that if somebody were to ask you, like, what's something that Coach Joe always said? Do they call you Coach Joe or Coach? What do they call you?
Schlager.
The first year they called me Coach Joe, and then last year it was Coach Schlager.
Okay. What are some things that you say that you would be known for saying to your players?
Oh, geez. God, it's been a couple months now.
Oh, yeah. Cause you're
Yeah. Not in season.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, gosh. I know there was a couple I used to say because they used to kind of mock me for it.
Oh, those are the best. That's what we need to hear. Mm-hmm. You just don't want to embarrass yourself.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
That's fine. That's fine. Well, one more question. What would be advice you would give to a girl who isn't in an area where there's flag football, but maybe she would be wanting to play on your team or a team somewhere in college?
Yeah. For me, it would just, to me, it's all inquiring about your opportunity, and that's the same thing for girls that are even just starting to get into flag football, colleges have prospective athlete forums, and I think if you work at it, and you apply yourself to it and you're passionate about it, anything's really possible, as far as applying yourself. So that's what it all really comes down to, just applying yourself and putting yourself out there for opportunities. So,
yeah, that's awesome. Well,
Awesome.
Joe,
Well, yeah, thank you.
thank you so much.
yeah, thank you very much for having me on.
Yeah. Have a good rest of your day.
You too. Thank you, guys.
See you, Joe. Bye. That was good.
Yeah, I think that end is our quote.
Yes. That
So
was
good.
so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes me realize how many, I know we talk about how much we learn. That's what we love doing about this podcast is learning things from other people and learning that there's so much going on outside of our little bubble of McCook. Like, even though we love everything going on, but I had no idea flag football was becoming a thing.
Yeah. In high schools?
Yes.
What?
I know. And I don't feel like I live in a cave, but
Yeah.
I guess I don't know.
It's kind of like cheerleading, though.
Oh, yeah.
Cheerleading's big, like, Oklahoma, Texas.
But they make movies about that, or they have like
I know,
a
but it's
series
still,
about,
but it's still not Nebraska.
Yeah. But like, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I totally see where you're going with that. But this is just,
Yeah. There isn't movies about, it's kind of crazy.
yeah, it's so
Good. I like the
gosh,
difference.
It's so good.
So good.
Yeah.
Thank you to our sponsors,
Our sponsors.
Jill and Joe's,
Yeah, thank you and thank you, Joe and
Yes.
Joe's.
El Porto,
El Porto, thanks for doing what you do.
all of it, all
Good
the
stuff.
food,
Yep, all the calories.
and Wild Ass Soap Company.
I need to get out there.
I
I'm
do
out
too.
of soap.
I have one bar left.
I have no bar
So-
left. I have crumbs. Can you even call? I don't even. What do you call the little pieces when you have left?
I don't know. I just I try to
Smush them together?
smush them together
Yeah.
for a ball.
Yeah, I
and
have
then
like a fingernail size left.
oh gosh,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
and
bad.
that's all we use.
Yeah, same.
So good.
It is so good.
So good.
We need
Well-
to make a run out there. And the holidays, we'll probably have to go out there and do a little.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good idea.
So we've had more people inquire about having holiday shows with us. And unfortunately, we're still into our volleyball season. So things are a little, scheduling's crazy. So it's not that we don't want to. It's just that our schedules are a little nutty. But yes, you can call us for a gigglegram, birthday grams, or shows.
Yes,
And we will be doing our show, which I found out when I was talking to people about our Valentine's Day show. Our Valentine's show is the same day as Ash Wednesday.
what does that mean?
Well, it's a little sacrilegious for some of us to go out and party and so we might have to do it on Mardi Gras. And
What's wrong with? I'm
Well,
confused.
I'll
Is it
explain
because
to you
you don't
later.
want to have like ash on your face?
well, no, I don't mind. I'll wear my ash.
Interesting.
You wear your ash?
What?
Oh, you don't ash.
I don't ash.
Just kidding.
I'm like,
I knew you were confused. This has been good.
This has been
I
good.
learned a lot today.
I learned a lot too. I mean, I feel like I need to learn about new sports.
You know what?
And-
That might be, and we need to get back. We got to find our list, but we need to get back to asking people about who do we need to interview because they could be telling us about something.
Yeah,
Sorry, cornhole. That's becoming it's on ESPN.
What?
Yeah. Have you not seen ESPN tournaments on cornhole?
Yeah, no.
Well, wait. Yeah, no.
Huh?
Which
What?
is it?
No, I
Yeah,
haven't.
Yeah,
No.
it's a thing.
Oh,
I wonder if it's up for
Interesting.
opportunities to be in the Olympics.
interesting.
I know.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
take us out.
yeah, I will. Okay. Well, thank you everybody for listening to another episode of Coaching, Caffeine, and Comedy. I'm your host, Hayley Kobza.
And I'm Lena.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left. Cause I've been blasting and laughing so long that even my mama thinks that my mind is